This is what all the fuss is about. Bow.
You've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it.
The affiliates present
Trendsetter
live with Trendsetter Sense.
My guy, Freddie Mitchell. What's up, man? Eagles legend.
Hey, hey, Philly love. You know I got time today. I'm ready for you, boy.
Oh, you ready for me?
Yeah, man. You a legend yourself, man. That's what I'm talking about.
I appreciate it. First of all, man, look, I'm right with you, Fred. Look.
Oh,
come on, bro. Come on, bro. You know how we do.
We both got time today. I like that.
Look, man, look, for those that don't know, man, Freddie Mitchell, first of all, on top of me being a fan, because, you know, the Eagles, that's, of course, my team, and I've watched you, you know, you know what I mean, one of my favorite players, my homie. Like, we became real good friends. You know what I'm saying? I actually met you in Florida.
Right.
When I was on the road with Lil Jon, and we linked up, started hanging out, and then I come home from Philly. Fred called me like, man, come hang out with me. And let me tell you something, the whole saying for the sports world, you know, when they say you never have to pay for a meal in the city that you're a legend in, this man took me to a whole 5-star steakhouse, and they laid the red carpet out, man. We was eating 5-star meals. You know, it was whatever you wanted. And I was like, okay, like it's a whole different thing. Like the sports world in Philly, you know what I mean? It's a whole different vibe than a different kind of status, you know, when you put yourself in a legendary situation. And I got to experience that hanging out with you, man.
And that's pretty big, man, with you coming from for the celebrities that you are with Lil Jon and stuff to show that I get that kind of love, man. That just shows you how many concussions I got as a football player. Because the sacrifice was there, bro.
Man, you know the love you get. You know what I mean? People, I'm sitting down, we eating dinner, people coming up like, they talk about 4th and 26. I'm like, okay, this, you know, this what they mean when when you go through that kind of experience. I'm like, yo. And you was getting grandmas, all races, all cultures. I said, oh, okay, this is different.
Hey, man, anyone can get it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just love that I get the love, man. And I appreciate that, because a lot of athletes, they think they shit don't stink, man. And they think they're too big. And really they need to be brought down, you know, brought back to reality that we're all one, man.
Freddie Mitchell, man. Yo, I didn't even know you were a four-sport athlete.
Yeah. I was Bo Jackson before Bo Jackson, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and like I really do it. You know, I got drafted in baseball, which, you know, a lot of a couple of athletes get drafted in baseball or whatever else, but we know I won state in basketball, you know what I'm saying? And my love was cross country. So, you know what I'm saying? I could have really went pro in anything I wanted to. I was just that kind of an athlete.
Wow.
You know, you have some athletes, but I could really do it all, man. And I mean, I play tennis right now.
Yeah.
That's my game right now, man. I'm like that on the court.
I play a little tennis myself, you know, back in the day. I got a little backhand.
All right, well, let's set it up. You in ATL though, right?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. Yeah.
Let's set it up, man. I know you got a lot of backyards with tennis courts around there, boy.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of those, man. Talk about being the number 1 draft pick, man. What goes into that? What the whole experience?
You know what? It's a curse and a blessing. You know what I'm saying? When I eventually write my book, I'll explain about it. But you know, with you right now, definitely put you on game as far as, you know, people don't understand. I don't think players understand, like, your second contract, you get paid for, you know, what you do in the NFL. That's when you get your second contract. But your first contract is like what you get paid for the work you put into college.
Right.
You know, that's just like, to me, that's just like an unwritten rule.
Right.
So I'm like, dang, dog, why you hating on this contract right here? This is for what I did in college. But the athletes, they ain't like that. They pay him all this money and I've been slaving here for years and I can't get, man, they was hating on me, man. So it was real hard. Plus I had that whole Hollywood, theme on me because I came from UCLA. So it was hard, man. It was like, man, all my life, because, you know, I speak, my English is pretty politically correct, or, you know, correct English. And you get the thug guys, and which I'm from. I'm from Lakeland, Florida. I'm from Polk County. You know what I'm saying? We get it in. But once we get on that football, yeah, they take it. Oh man, he look at him. He talk all proper. He think he white and all this stuff and stuff like that. So man, I was, my whole career with the NFL was trying to prove somebody wrong, trying to prove that I had to belong with them. But it's hard though, because it's kind of a dead end, because you have to understand that success is situational. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you can put up numbers if you're in a great system. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you in a horrible system, you know what I'm saying? What kind of numbers you gonna put up? I don't care how good you are. Randy Moss was horrible in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? So and he broke records again when he was with the Patriots. So man, it's hard, man. It's and that's what I try to teach athletes today, man. I'm like, hey, you know what? Do what you can do, but understand, like, if you fail, it's not necessarily because of you. Got that. You know what I'm saying? So understand that. Don't get depressed with this, and understand, control what you can control. You know what I'm saying? I can't control Donovon Mcnabb throwing at my feet. I can't control that. You know what I'm saying? I just got to make it happy and be happy that he threw me the damn ball. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I can't control that. I can't control what the media is gonna put out there. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be me and really, really understand who I am as a person. Right. And of course, NFL, man, like, that's a feat that far few in between to actually accomplish that goal. First of all, kudos for that, man. I mean, you made it to the highest level. A lot of people look at that and they'll be like, oh, they start comparing everybody. I'm like, bruh, they in the NFL, bro. Right. You know better than that. A lot of these guys on the Instagram and stuff, and then all these young bucks, talking all that talk. You know what I'm saying? They ain't built like that though. Right. So, drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. And of course, Philly always got the reputation for being one of the toughest cities, man. They didn't boo me. I dodged that bullet. Man, talk about it, man. Just talk about, like, it just seemed like the pressure, like you never had to really deal with that pressure. You was like, I've been with you. I hung out with you in the city. We moved all around, we all over the place, and the love is real. Talk about, like, what is the experience of just receiving that love in a tough ass city? You know what? It's when you have that garden and there's a lot of weeds in it, and you just clean that garden out and you put your flowers in, and then when it comes spring, everything starts blooming, and it's a beautiful masterpiece, and you put that work in. So then when you start meeting people, or people coming and seeing your way, they appreciate your work. They can never boo me because they held me accountable. And once I'm like, oh man, I can't drop this ball. They boo people over here. You know what I'm saying? And I had them holding me accountable. I had, me trying to prove to the players that I was supposed to be there. I had coaches, trying to, it was kind of hard, man, because, like, you see the organization, but you have haters in the organization, all organizations, that want you to fail. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't their pick, or you wasn't the guy that they think that they should have drafted. So I'm just felt like I can never be me and rise to my fullest potential, because, me playing well ain't predicated on whether we win or lose. It's Donovan, or it's the head coach calling plays, or it's time management, So I'm just like, it's hard for me, man. It was a hard stint there, and it's just. But I went out there and I did my own. I created my own person, Freddie, and the People's Champ, and the people loved it. And man, you know how many players hated that? Nah. Man, come on, man. They hated me for that, man. They hated me for that because they couldn't do that. They didn't like that, man. And then so when Terrell Owens came, I was like, yes, I love that. I wanted T.O. to come, because when T.O. came, I'm like, okay, well, if you come, they're gonna have to see me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm putting in work, so they're gonna have to see me. You know, it might not be with a cut ball or whatever else, but they're gonna see me on the film. So it became an audition for someone else that appreciated me.
Man, talk about it, man. You never have shied away about your relationship with Donovan. You know, me as a fan, what is it? Like, what is it? Like, I know you've mentioned a couple times that you found yourself wide open a lot of times, and that's what it is. It's that.
Year of all. Love it.
You said you found yourself a lot of times wide open, and that you didn't feel like you were in the position to put up the numbers you felt like you were supposed to get.
Right. It was hard. It was hard because the offense that Andy Reid is the same offense that Mahomes is eating in right now. When it's ran the right way. Mahomes is eating, but who is he eating off of? He's eating off of 5 mistakes, McNabb's mistakes. He's eating off of seeing my trial and error and everything else. It's same with the receivers. They're eating because of us. And we as receivers knew, okay, this offense is predicated on 20,000 receivers catching 1 pass. You could have had a baller ass game. You only caught 2 passes the whole game. Society's gonna be like, oh, you suck. You know what I'm saying? So so we had to buy into the system and not really care about that. Plus get screwed on the back end, because when you going on for contract negotiations, they're like, oh, well, you only have 13 catches for the whole year. We can't pay you this kind of money. It sucked, man. It sucked. So I mean, and then when Terrell came, man, it really sucked, because it's like, we paid him all this money. You're gonna throw every single pass to him. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to show what they paid for. They got and it was just a hard situation there, man. And then when you try to move on and you try to do things, it's just hard, man. It really is hard. You can't, not being able to control, your success really, really sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And especially when you have to wait for an offensive coordinator to call your call. You have to wait for the offensive line to block correctly. You have to wait for the quarterback to read your play. And then you got to wait for him to throw it to you. So it's just like, it's so many deciding factors on your success, where they start saying, oh man, he was a bust, he was the this, he was the that. I'm like, bro, there ain't no such thing, It's like, man, you get me working with Tesla, you know what I'm saying, and put me in that organization or something. I can't help but to succeed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you were an artist or whatever else, and they give you a banger, banger record or whatever else, I'm sure you have big. If Drake wanted to work with you or whatever, which he should, you gonna be there.
Right.
This is what all the fuss is about. Bow.
You've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it.
The affiliates present
Trendsetter
live with Trendsetter Sense.